Sega. Ah, Karak 8 Peaks, Queen of the Silver Depths. What riches lie beneath the mountain? What horrors? Few living remember its glory, but the dwarfs do not forget. A warrior king returns to take his ancestral throne from a cruel and cunning warlord, hitherto unchallenged. What fate awaits them in the darkness? Warlord.
Hello and welcome everyone, Warlord here, and that was the King of the Warlord trailer for Total War Warhammer, the next bit of DLC that Creative Assembly are releasing, finally giving the dwarves and the greenskins some extra content. The dwarf and the greenskin version now of Grim and the Grave. The Empire and Vampire counts recently enjoyed as well. So actually this works out pretty nicely timing wise, because I've been planning on doing a Dwarf or Greenskin single player campaign, so that's pretty darn good. It'll be nice to play as those factions kind of fleshed out with some extra legendary lords, new quest chains, magic items, skills trees, 2 new additional lord types, 6 new battlefield units, and 22 new elite regiments of renown, which we'll go through in a bit. According to the Steam page, and again I'm getting all this information, I should mention as well, from the Wiki page for the DLC, which will be linked in the description, but on the Steam page, where you can already pre-purchase the DLC if you want to, with 10% off at £5.39. Apparently it is due to be released on October 20th, so not long to go either. So I imagine Creative Assembly will probably be releasing some YouTube videos and some Twitch streams over the next few days and into next week on this new DLC. So stay tuned on their channels, and I'll be sure to cover anything over here that you guys need to know as well. So no Wood Elves for now, but I'm sure we'll see them at some point in the future. But yeah, I'm quite happy. Dwarves and Greenskins, I feel, kind of need this padding, need this extra unit. They need extra units that are being added in, this extra content. They feel they need to be flushed out a bit. Empire and Vampire counts have had a lot added to them, so it's now Dwarves and Greenskins time. So the 2 new legendary lords, Bellegar Ironhammer and Skarsnik, of the Crooked Moon tribe, Dwarf and Greenskin races. However, both of them have their own unique start position, and judging from the screenshots that I've grabbed from the Steam store page, which will be rotating around in the background, I'm sure I'll throw the trailer in there again as well on rotation for you guys to take a look at. It does seem from those screenshots that not only are they unique start positions, but they're also being split off into their own kind of factions for each of those races. So Clan Angrund with Bellegar Ironhammer underneath the Dwarf race, and Skarsnik as the leader of the Crooked Moon tribe under the Greenskin race. So it looks like we're finally kind of getting this kind of minor faction-esque thing going on now, obviously, because Creative Assembly have always called, you know, the main factions races rather than factions. So Empire, Greenskins, Dwarves, Beastmen, Chaos, have all been called races. It now seems like they're coming through and they're adding in it this extra content, these extra kind of unique start positions for new Legendary Lords as kind of separate factions. Which makes sense. So yeah, well, they haven't exactly kind of confirmed that on their wiki page. You know, 2 and 2 together, plus the screenshots, unique start position. You'll be playing these guys, you know, not as the dwarves. It looks like you'll be playing them as Clan Angrund and as the Crooked Moon tribe, which is pretty cool. So it does mean there'll be some like more opportunities to co-op without having to use a mod or anything like that. It will be interesting. I've seen some people on Reddit talk about this as already. It'll be interesting to see if they go back to some of the other races and other Legendary Lords and assign them unique start positions in the future. It would be nice, especially someone like Ungrim going to the Slayer Keep and becoming Karak Kadrin. As a faction rather than just generically under the dwarves, but we'll have to wait and see. Also, as some people have been saying, they haven't mentioned anything about free LC. There normally is free LC released alongside DLC, and there's normally a hefty patch as well, so expect all of that to be kind of announced nearer to the release of the DLC, which apparently, again, according to the Steam page, is October 20th. So, let's briefly look through Bellegar's unique kind of start position campaign bonuses and briefly talk about his quests, then do the same for Skarsnik, and then look at the new lords and new units. So, for Bellegar, he starts off in the walled settlement of Karak Izor in the Border Prince territory. That's his start position. And again, as I said, as I'm speculating, as many other people have, looks like he'll be in charge of Clan Angrund as an actual faction rather than the dwarves. We'll have to wait and see, though, how Creative Assembly actually split that up on the Grand Campaign kind of race/faction select screen. His campaign bonuses, when you choose to play as Bellegar, he begins play with the spirits of his ancestors as his companion heroes, with 2 Thanes, a Master Engineer, and a Runesmith as ethereal heroes with all the benefits that the ethereal trait provides. Bellegar also gains access to the new Dwarf Ranger units through the Ranger Outpost building, and he also has the Siege Attacker trait, enabling him to attack walled cities without building siege equipment first. Also, until he captures Karak 8 Peaks, his armies do suffer increased unit upkeep, so you are going to kind of want to direct yourself that way. Again, I kind of like that you've got a little bit of kind of direction crafted with this faction. I don't feel... I mean, obviously we'd have to wait until we can actually play this, but hopefully it's not like kind of railroaded too much. I'm sure you can still go off and expand out if you want to, but it's obviously going to be a massive bonus and help if you can reduce those extra upkeep costs by claiming Karak 8 Peaks. And I quite like that you've got this, I guess, almost crusade to reclaim the Mountain Hold, the Mountain Kingdom, and take up the ancestral claim that Bellegar Ironhammer has. His quests, only mentions that some of his quests will allow him to embark to go after his 2 legendary items, the Shield of Defiance and the powerful ancestral rune weapon, the Hammer of Angrund. And that's pretty much everything for Bellegar Ironhammer at the moment. For Skarsnik, the chieftain of the Crooked Moon tribe, his unique start position, apparently he's gone for a wander from Karak 8 Peaks. Apparently he's gone squig hunting. So I should say as well, lots of people seem super happy about squigs. Until today, I had no idea what a squig was. I've since found out. Lovely little kind of balls of craziness with little arms and big legs. They kind of look like if you sat on a T-Rex and squished it down with the little tiny arms. But yes, apparently Skarsnik has gone squig hunting and he's left Karak 8 Peaks. So you start off in Karak Asgaraz in the West Grey Mountains, and apparently you actually you can only recruit orcs as with Skarsnik at Karak 8 Peaks. However, you've first actually got to recapture Karak 8 Peaks from mutinous elements of his tribe. Maybe they didn't get the invite to go squig hunting, so they're a bit pissed. His campaign bonuses, he begins play with his vicious giant cave squig gobbler, who never leaves his side, and he also gets a goblin big boss hero. Skarsnik also has unique skills which buff goblin units and bring reduced upkeep costs for goblin units in general, and his particularly sneaky nature means his heroes' actions cost less and garner greater experience gains. So you're definitely going to have, I've seen, again, many people commenting, many people posting, they're looking forward to playing with kind of full Gobbo armies, and it looks like you're getting a few more Gobbo units now to kind of flesh those out a bit, especially considering that, you know, you can't actually recruit orcs anywhere else bar Karak 8 Peaks, so that's going to be interesting. Be pretty tough to get kind of your, I guess, like your black orcs and what have you, your more powerful units, but it looks like you'll rely perhaps on more of your monstrous creatures and the like overall with your armies. Quest-wise for Skarsnik, says he may embark on a quest for his legendary weapon, Skarsnik's Prodder. This vicious halberd-style weapon is capable of unleashing an area effect burst of powerful magic missiles. Now that sounds pretty cool. So as I mentioned, there's 2 new lords as well, the Rune Lord. So I'll go alongside the Runesmith. So I guess we have the kind of support Rune Smith and the kind of more offensive Rune Lord. Apparently at level 6 they unlock a new mount, the Anvil of Doom, which is a unique chariot which empowers the Rune Lord's runic abilities and increases his damage resistant. So as they lead their armies into battle. So yeah, it's very much kind of more offensive rune hero with the Rune Lord there. And for Skarsnik and his friends, you have the Night Goblin War Boss, which I believe is what Skarsnik is himself. And they have various skills which enhance the capabilities of goblins, night goblins, and squig units, and imbue their entire army with poison attacks. At level 12, they can be mounted on great cave squigs. That's hilarious. I'm quite looking forward. I'm hoping there's quite a few elements of humour, because the Gobbos have had some great voice acting stuff in the past, so it looks like there'll be some fun stuff to go over with them here as well. So new units for the Crooked Moon, and this is again kind of just a little nod towards them being separate factions. I mean, maybe it's not probably as big of a deal potentially as some people or even myself are making it out to be, but you know, they are new factions, which is nice again with these unique start positions. So for the Crooked Moon, you've got the Squig Herd, you've got Night Goblin Squig Hoppers, you've got Nasty Stalkers. As the new units added in there. For all their details, again, check out the wiki page linked in the description. For Clan Angrund, you've got Rangers, which are also upgradable with great weapons. Bugman's Rangers, and I thought they were going to be a regiment of renown, actually, but no, you've got Bugman's Rangers included as one of the new units, and a Bolt Thrower. There's also a new unique building chain. The Settlement of Karak 8 Peaks offers a unique Karak 8 Peaks building chain with benefits which differ depending on whether it's captured by Clan Angrund or the Crooked Moon tribe. If built by Clan Angrund, the benefits are as follows. Level 1 focuses on making Karak 8 Peaks more defensible, giving unit stat bonuses when under siege. Level 2 focuses on rebuilding the Karak, giving large public order bonuses, unit experience for various units, and reductions in corruption. And level 3 marks the recovery of the Ancestor Tombs and supplies Ancestor weapons for military units in nearby provinces, imbuing them with magical attacks. And level 3 also ramps up the unit experience and public order bonuses. If it's built by the Crooked Moon tribe, level 1 focuses on making Karak 8 Peaks unassailable, as the tribe expects Clan Angrund to attempt to retake it. This confers a massive siege holdout time bonus and 0 attrition suffered during sieges. Level 2 confers obedience bonuses to the region and enhances unit experience for goblins. And level 3 gives starting level bonuses to starting level bonus experience to heroes, global experience gains for all units, and reduces dwarf morale in surrounding regions, which is pretty darn substantial. New dwarf building chain, you have the Ranger Outpost all the way up to the Ranger Barracks. And this Ranger chain initially provides a recruitment of crossbow-wielding Rangers, later Rangers armed with great weapons, and then finally the elite Bugman's Rangers. New Dwarf Techs, Vanguard Proficiency improves melee defense and speed for Ranger units, Rat Poison reduces faction-wide corruption, improves income from mines and quarries, and keeps Fable man-sized rats at bay. So that's a nod towards the Skaven. So still nothing concrete about when we'll see the Skaven. I reckon we'll probably see them in the second game within this series, because it feels like they're going to need their own kind of underground city mechanics and what have you, and there might be even like another layer to the map, which would be pretty cool, I'd hope. It'll be interesting to see how they incorporate Skaven until we actually hear more, or I even get like a proper confirmation that Skaven are a thing in kind of CA's, I guess, roadmap. We'll have to wait and see. For the greenskins, they have squig cages, The new squig cages enable recruitment of squig herds and the night goblin squig hoppers. New techs, squig riding in concert with the squig cages building unlocks recruitment of night goblin squig hoppers, so you need that to get the next unit in the chain. And then regiments of renown, there are lots of them here, definitely worth going to check out. Just scrolling down to see if there's any any that jump out. There's the Goblobber, which is a grudge thrower with enhanced morale, reduces target morale on impact, which is a screaming goblin ammo. So you've strapped a goblin to a rock or something. That's awesome. Okay, that's pretty cool. There's a Skyhammer gyro bomber, which multiple bombs per drop. Frenzied and increased blasting charge ammo for the Ekrund miners. Warriors of the Dragonfire Past Wolf Warriors, flaming attacks, anti-infantry. There is lots to see there. And what we've got here, AoE, ally fatigue augment for the old grumblers. Plenty to see then. And for the green skins, I want to try and find the one that jumped out earlier. Oh yeah, the 8 Peaks Loonies, which are Night Goblin Fanatics. They're unbreakable, and they have a dwarf on the end of their chain rather than like the mace ball that they normally swing around. They've grabbed a dwarf and they're swinging him around a chain. So that and the Goblobber that the dwarves have, kind of both a nod to each other. They both strapped one of the others' units to either their weapon or their missile as their ammo, and are swinging or firing that around, which just sounds awesome. I'm looking forward to those units together. Plus squigs, they look absolutely crazy in the trailer, so they should be good fun as well. Here we go. The Crimson Killers with Ks, which are Black Orcs, anti-infantry, and dual-wielding great weapons AoE attacks. They sound sick. And you've also got something like the Venom Queen and a Ragnarok Spider, which can summon spider hatchlings, a spider hatchling unit to battle. So that's kind of my brief overview, although 15 minutes in, probably not that brief. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed kind of my impressions, my thoughts as we've gone through. So actually, as we've gone through, it's kind of, CA have kind of more or less confirmed that, Crooked Moon and Clan Angerund, they've sort of separated them out as headers there, as factions. But I think the thing that threw people, and myself to start with, they just said 2 new Legendary Lords. If they'd said 2 new Legendary Lords with unique factions or unique start positions, I guess in that header, we might have got it a bit clearer. But yeah, it's nice to see that they are including unique start positions. I do hope that's something they carry on doing and maybe even come back to some other Legendary Lords. Are there, as I said, are there any... get my words out. Are there any Legendary Lords that you think would benefit from their own specific start locations and their own kind of factions? Obviously, the first one that jumps out to me is Ungrim, Karak Kudrin, the Slayer Keep. Are there any others, though? Do let me know down in the comment section. Links are all in the description. Do check them out, and I will catch you all again soon. So until next time, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Take pride and join the Legion. Check out my affiliates and sponsors, XMG, Greenman Gaming, and Overclockers UK. Until next time, ciao for now.